At the end of Ratatouille is one of the greatest speeches in movie history, pretty much making every opinion for anything that ever was seem completely invaluable. The critic at the end of the movie, after trying rat food, is so mesmerized by it that he questions the entire point of his life.
In many ways, the work of a critic is easy. We risk very little, yet enjoy a position over those who offer up their work and themselves to our judgment. But the bitter truth we critics must face is that in the grand scheme of things, the average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than our criticism designating it so.
It's raw. It's fucking raw.
The guy in the movie pretty much said that every single time we open our mouth to give our opinion, none of it matters at all. This is a wonderful realization to me because I think the world has been bogged down with shitty opinion after shitty opinion, and we need to collectively understand as a society that our opinions do not mean anything at all. Hell, even me using this scene in this video will never be as good as you watching the actual scene for yourself in the context of the entire movie. That's how worthless I am compared to a fictional rat cooking Italian food.
Yo, Mars Black here and my main man Michael Jordan on the speed dial. No money, it's me. Me.
My video on the world idolizing black people blew up recently, and with that came shitty opinion after shitty opinion. Now, I've always thought that there's a lot of stupid people in this world, but this is the first time that I experienced stupidity firsthand. Now, I'm definitely not the first person to make these reads, but the way I said my anecdotes was interesting enough that it prompted everyone to talk about their feelings. Everyone had something to say about the matter. White people saying I read their mind, black people giving me the N-word pass. Some of what I said resonated with people so much that they were going to the comment section and trying to one-up me about their own experiences of not being good enough at basketball because of their inferior race. But there was also a lot of people that just completely missed the point of the video and completely missed the jokes I was making and just were being really dumb about it. Now, it's not my problem if some people miss the point. That's a skill issue and has nothing to do with me. I trust my ability to articulate a point, and I don't treat my audience as idiots and spell everything out for them. And so whether I get a positive or a negative reaction doesn't really matter in this regard. What matters is that I started the discussion in the first place, and that it would have never crossed their mind otherwise. Whether they hate me or they love me doesn't matter at all. What matters is the fact that I took you there when you couldn't have gone there yourself. That's the essence of art.
What is it?
Where are you going?
Here's Johnny.
When The Shining came out in 1980, people hated the movie. It was so reviled by the critics that Shelley Duvall, the lead actress, got nominated for a Razzie for Worst Actress. The pacing was slow, the movie didn't make any sense, it was painful to sit through, and so everyone hated it until they didn't, for some reason. And now everyone says it's one of the greatest movies of all time and pretends to understand what it means. Not because Kubrick sat down and did a genius interview explaining every aspect of the movie, but it's because he didn't do that and let the world talk its shit. Now, you might be thinking, am I really comparing my black people video that I made in a semi-basement to one of the greatest horror movies of all time? No, but the essence of it is similar. Great art divides the public. Everyone has something to say about it. They can't look away from it. That's what Kubrick was able to do. That's what all greats are able to do. That's what I want to be able to do. But I realized, even with me knowing what a good story looks like, the process of creating one on my own from scratch is not simple at all. Because now I can't piggyback off my inspirations to create something, or else people are gonna think it's a ripoff. I can't be anything other than myself and my ideas, or else I have nothing to offer. And then I realized, damn, this is too hard. And so next I did what anyone would do when they realize they're not good enough, and started talking shit. Immediately after, I started making a hate video on a manga called Tokyo Revengers, which had just ended at the time with one of the worst endings I've ever seen. I scripted the video in one hateful day, and I knew the video was gonna take off because everyone was talking about it, and everyone loves negativity, of course. But midway through the video, I realized something. You know, I don't deserve to talk shit in the way I'm talking shit right now, because it took me months to create something that is at best mediocre. And so after realizing how much work it is to create a story that isn't even good, it's insulting of me to shit on a story for easy views. The reason I was making the video in the first place wasn't because I loved Tokyo Revengers and I wanted it to be better, but rather it's because I wanted to capitalize on the attention it was getting. Now, there's plenty of people that talk shit about the ending, no surprise, because that's what they think they need to do to succeed. And I have sympathy for those people because, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I just felt that I wasn't making a video about Tokyo Revengers, but rather it was about me and my skill issue. Post-Avatar depression syndrome is a term for a feeling of despair or being down in the dumps that some viewers experienced when they watched Avatar for the first time in 2009. Now, I'm legally inclined to say that this is not a legit medical condition, but imagine a piece of art being so good that you leave the theater crying because it makes you realize how ass your life is in comparison. That's what Avatar did to people. But then leading up to the new movie, people on Twitter had the audacity to talk shit and say it's gonna flop and say it has no cultural impact when it literally made people want to kill themselves because they realize how shitty their life is. You wonder, maybe my opinion does suck. Now don't get it wrong, this is not a video about how people should stop giving their opinions on anything. No, hell, even the shittiest, most dumb opinions by people that are below underqualified deserve the right to be said out loud. But as critics, whether we're bullshitting on YouTube or writing for Pitchfork, we need to understand that when push comes to shove, our opinions do not matter. We're the lowest tier of entertainment, period. Because without artists, no one would have anything to talk about. Not the movie critics, not the YouTubers, not the people on the news, not even you and your friends. No one. I realized this when I had a conversation with a room full of scholars recently. I was talking to some people in their early 20s, ranging from biochemistry to nursing majors, incredible students with bright futures ahead of them. And I can't lie, I felt out of place among these guys. Because me, I was never on my way to getting into Cambridge. I mean, I'm good at math, but I'm fucking retarded. But even with the gathering of all these intelligent young people that would go on to be doctors and men in suits, since we knew nothing about each other other than our majors because that's as far as the small talk would lead us, there was an awkward silence. Until I blurted out Squid Game fucking sucks, and everyone got mad because Asian lives matter. But after that we talked for hours. There was never a break in the conversation. Everyone gave their opinion on every movie they watched. Breakfast Club is overrated. Pluto Nash 3D is the greatest movie of all time. Fight Club sucks. I almost fought the girl that said that. Not everyone has an opinion on global warming, but everyone has an opinion on the MCU. And that was the inspiration for this video, because that interaction made me realize how much more valuable artists are to society than everyone else, even doctors and scientists. Yeah, doctors make people live longer and not die, and medicine has progressed to the point that people live to their hundreds now compared to the majority of history where everyone died at 30. But listen, right? A dying kid's wish isn't to be cured, it's to meet Spider-Man. That's something the critics can never take away. Yo, thank you for enjoying the video. I've not given up on the story I want to make. However, I need funds to get the project started. If you want to sub to my Patreon and help me out, thank you very much.